Good enough. I think I'll try it again. I'm looking for some people in here who will boldly say, I'm not worried about the grip that I have, Sister Taylor, because I realize I'm not the only one that possesses a grip. I think I'll take my time and I'll go just a little bit slower. But you need to understand, as long as I have Jesus on my mind, whatever I put my hands on, it has no other choice but to come my direction. Have you ever noticed in life you've been putting your mouth and your hands on a lot of things and a lot of people, but still it won't come your way? Well, I stop by here to let you know, if you put God first, it does not matter what you want. God said in his word, you have not because you ask not. So whatever I ask God for, he's going to bring it my direction. Yes. It has no other choice but to come to me. Not because I'm perfect, but because I serve a perfect God. The difference between you and them, you see, you must understand that just because all of us are in here together, Sister Brittany, we are all not the same. The difference between you and them, you will do whatever it takes to get what it is you want. And all they do, Mama Sabrina, is sit back and beg and ask people to do things for them. I need y'all to understand that God ain't got no time for people who will sit on their seat of do nothing and always complain and gripe about what's not going on in their life. God is looking for some bona fide worshipers who's going to give him praise in spite of the hell I'm going through right now. God is looking for some people who will get like the old folks and say, God, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it for you. God, wherever you want me to go, send me and I'll go. You see, you must understand, a go-getter is a provider, not a slacker. A go-getter is one who will get 2 jobs without complaining while their spouse at home watching TV. Y'all will catch that when you go home. A go-getter is someone who will give you their last dollar, not looking for the same thing in return. God wanted me to let y'all know this morning, if you have a go-getter in your life, do yourself a favor and acknowledge that go-getter you have in your house. If you don't acknowledge that go-getter you have, God wanted me to let you know, by the time the clock strikes 12 in 2016, somebody else is going to have your go-getter. I wish I had a praying church in here who understands when I got somebody that'll roll with me through thick and thin, sometimes I need to give them a pat on the back. Sometimes I need to acknowledge them. But God say, what you won't do, somebody else will do it for you. God wanted me to let you know that everything that he has placed in line for you, God is going to put somebody in your place and they're going to receive what it is God has for you. And that same grip that you had on your loved one, somebody going to put an even tighter grip on them and you going to be sitting looking like a fool. But that's okay. There's no need for y'all to give God a hand clap of praise for what he's saying. Keep doing what you're doing and you're going to always have what you had. But I know I got some people in here that says as soon as God sends him or her my way, I'm going to put a grip on him or her like never before, because I've been through some broke situations when I didn't have somebody to help me pay bills. I've been through some lonely situations when I didn't have nobody to hug me and tell me it'll be okay. God says that if you take that one for granted, somebody else is about to receive the mate of their dreams. Only because you didn't know how to treat a go-getter. Watch this. Here in the book of Judges, chapter 16, we find a powerful man by the name of Samson and a woman by the name of Delilah. I would like to go back to verse number 1 in chapter 16. To those that have the Bible open, I need you to look at this and see this, because when I read it, God took me a whole nother direction with this word. Chapter 16, verse number 1, I'm going to read it for you, but make sure you can read it on your own time. It says, one day Samson went to the Philistine town of Gaza and spent the night with the what? You with it?
Prostitute.
With the prostitute. I think I'll say that again. It says, one day Samson went to the Philistine town of Gaza and spent the night with a prostitute. I went back there for you to understand, just because a person is called by God, it doesn't mean they don't have issues. In other words, look at your neighbor and say, don't judge me. Don't judge me because every now and then I have to go get some strange, you know what, because here it is, the one I'm married to ain't doing what they supposed to do. Don't judge me because I step outside my box every now and then. The word says that even though he was a man called by God, he slept with a prostitute. And you can roll your eyes at me if you want to. The more you roll your eyes at me, that validates that God's word is real, because what you won't do, ladies and gentlemen, somebody else is on the sideline waving their hand from side to side saying, pick me, give me a chance, I'll fulfill that void that you're missing in your life. But Delilah, it did something else to me, is the only woman in Samson's story whose name is given. The Bible says he has a wife, but the Bible didn't declare his wife's name. Have you ever wondered, players, why the outside woman name is always mentioned more than the wife? I figured y'all would get quiet, but that's okay. I'm going to preach it anyways. It's because the outside woman is doing more than the wife is doing. If the wife was on her job, she would never have to worry about a woman from the outside stepping inside her household. Well, since you shaking your head, I guess I'll flip the situation around. If the inside man was always on top of his job, Mother White, he would never have to worry about the outside man taking care of his house. I figured I'd get a hand clap of praise, but I'm going to go back to the word that God gave me. If his wife was on her job, if his wife did what she was supposed to do, she wouldn't have to worry about Samson going over to a town where he wasn't supposed to be at, sleeping with a prostitute.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some participation now. I feel like I can preach a little bit. Watch this. If you would allow me to tell the story, I would like to look at it from a different point of view. I know you feel, because this is the way you were taught, I know you feel that Delilah is a bad person. I know you feel that Delilah is a bad person because what she did to somebody who was called by God. But I would like to look at the good qualities inside Delilah. The first thing she does, she accepts bribe money from the Philistines. She accepts bribe money from the Philistines to find out what's Samson's secret. This shows me that Delilah is about her money. Yeah, you see, I need a woman on my side who's about her money. Yeah. Delilah was paid $89,641. Now I want y'all to catch this. Some of y'all will betray people for nothing. So I know I got some folk in here who will betray you for almost $90,000. I need you to understand that even though Delilah went against the grain, Delilah was about her money. And one thing I need in my life, I don't need you to hug me and tell me it'll be okay. I don't need you to show me your emotional side, but I need you to be about your dividends. Because one thing I found out in life, baby, that love don't pay no bills. You can be in love all you want to, but if you ain't got no coins to bring to the table, here it is, that car note can't get paid. Here it is, my lights gonna be shut off. We can't get put on food stamps because for some odd reason the government say I make too much money. So here it is, I can't go get no food to provide for my family. So here it is, I need you. If you don't do nothing else in my household, be about your money. Because I need you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, especially to you ladies, if all you have to offer is a good looking body and what you sit on, you don't have a fighting chance. You don't have a fighting chance if you think your looks gonna push you through. Because I guarantee you, you can ask Sister White right now, that nice breast you had, it's gonna fall down one day. That Coca-Cola bottle shape it's going to spread and it's going to fall down one day. So if you think your looks going to push you through, you got another thing coming. Watch this. Watch this. A go-getter approaches Samson. I'm talking about a go-getter. I'm talking about somebody who got their mind made up. I'm about to get myself ahead. You see, you must understand, if you're living life for right now, you are so lost. Everybody in here should be living life for what tomorrow might bring. The reason why most of us, Deacon Albert, we make decent money, but we can't keep no money because we're only living for right now. But y'all, I can see the old heads in here who's giving God praise because when they was our age, they learned how to save some coins back because they understood, I'm going to need this change pretty soon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Watch this. So a go-getter approaches Samson. And he says, I want to know where your power lies. I want to know where your power lies. Samson tells her because he's crazy about the way she looks. She talks that talk to him. She got that 900 voice going, and she's making Samson jump right now from side to side. And Samson says, if you tie me up with 7 ropes, I will be powerless. She gets 7 ropes from the wife and she ties him up. When he goes to sleep, she jumps up and she says, Samson, the Philistines have come to capture you. Samson jumps up, he breaks the ropes off, and she realizes he still has power. That's the first time. She goes back to Samson.